want to pay tribute to the way that Williamsburg Presbyterian Church engages and supports its members with the memorial service. I went through this experience in February when my wife, Alice, died. Every Sunday, just as we did a few minutes ago, and frequently at other times, we can find ourselves praying the Lord's Prayer. We pray, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." That's a tall order, as each of us knows. About a year ago, Reverend Morgan, Pastor John, gave what was for me a memorable sermon, one I will never forget. It was about the basic need for Jesus to dwell in our hearts. That too is a tall order. Williamsburg Presbyterian Church, in my judgment, with its multiple and varied programs and initiatives, works hard to provide each of its members with opportunities for Jesus Christ to dwell in our individual hearts, as well as the church's Christian family writ large. The memorial service as approached and practiced here is but one piece in the church's mosaic, but it is a key piece. It occurs in a compressed timeline when emotions are understandably high, and critically, when we are witnessing a transition from here on earth to there in God's loving hands. Although Alice did not want, in her words to me, anything special, this church planned and executed a grand send-off. It actually started when Alice was in hospice. Both Pastor John and Pastor Pam engaged me, not once but multiple times. So did the deacons. These encounters were personal, and for me, they were big deals. As we moved toward the memorial service, both the leadership and the deacons kept my daughter, Christina, and I focused. Deacons' decisions about scriptures and songs, instead of being a drawn-out, head-scratching exercise, became easy and, in a word, were perfect. The deacons engaged details large and small, not by hovering over me, but instinctively knowing what to do, when, and how. We were shepherded through the planning of the reception without a hitch, welcoming of guests, juggling of flower arrangements, and even, maybe especially, dealing with the very real challenge of inadequate parking, all made the deacons priceless. Pastor Pam officiated and delivered a personalized, inspiring message. It was the highlight that consolidated and punctuated key lasting memories about my wife, and significantly the key message about where Alice will be for eternity. Unseen and behind the scene, the church staff produced Alice's program. I mention this only because I can hold it between my thumb and index finger, and it is the only physical lasting remembrance of that day. The music, the music. Look at these pipes. That organ and Norman Elton's touch gave real dimension to the service with his music that vibrated then and still vibrates in the soul. Also, the memorial service was online, thanks to our upstairs booth master, John Schoenberger. As a result, multiple friends of ours across the country were able to participate and profusely thanked me afterwards for the opportunity to do so. The main idea in Hebrews 13 is simply this: our faithfulness to God is evidenced by who, what, and how we love. My purpose here is simply to attest to Williamsburg Presbyterian Church's commitment to doing on earth, in this church family, what pleases God, day in and day out. Thank you one and all for your generosity, which of course is central to making memorial services like Alice's such special events. Every memorial service contributes directly, in my judgment, to making Williamsburg Presbyterian Church such a hugely successful church family. Thank you again for your generosity, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about my experience with the church's memorial service. Thank you.